How to move to California with little to no money. What's going on? My name's D'Angelo. I recently moved to California back in July of 2019. So I've been here for roughly about 7 to 8 months. It's February right now. And a lot of people think that you need so much money in order to move here. There's options for you to where you can still move to California or whatever state it is that you're interested in without having to spend thousands of dollars. Usually when people hear little to no money, they think, oh no, it's too good to be true. I will be honest with you, you will need a little bit of money. That's just how things go. Tip number one, you will have to have some type of saving. I'll say at the bare minimum, $1,000 to $1,200. Now, why I say that is because when you're moving into a place, you're going to need a security deposit plus first month rent. So save some money. My best advice is if you can find a way to live with a relative or family member, if you're not paying rent at all, save a month to a month and a half worth of pays in order to get yourself out here. Now you're thinking, oh, I don't make that much. Depending on which state you're in, minimum wage is super low. I only make $600 to $800 a paycheck. Well, that's fine because you usually get paid twice a month. Whether it's $600, whether it's $800, whether it's $1,000 every 2 weeks, you take that money and you save it up. 2 payments, that's $1,000 right there. You only need 1 month. Month and a half is better. The more you have, the better. But all you really need is 1 month worth of pay. Then I gotta lift. Use that money, stay with a relative, a friend, save that money. $1,200 is not that much. You can make that happen in 1 month. You just have to sacrifice, stop your drinking, stop your partying, and make it happen. Another thing to take into consideration is your flight. You have to make a decision whether you want to fly or drive to where you need to be. If you have a vehicle, then that's fine. I would advise driving if you can, and if not, then you're gonna have to take a flight, so you might have to save a little more money than you expected. The bright side is if you're gonna stay there in the long run, you have a one-way flight. What I did was I had $1,200 to $1,300. I packed everything in my car, and I took a drive, bro. Now, granted, it was 2,200 miles, and I did it by myself. It took maybe 2.5, 3 days to get to California from Michigan. Let me remind you. All right, tip number 3, the last and final tip is where are you gonna stay? California is so pricey and it's huge at that. There's a lot of different places out here that you can live that's gonna allow you to save money that's not as expensive as somewhere like Newport Beach, San Diego, San Francisco. So you have to really do your research into where you want to stay. So a guy like me coming from Michigan, where you can get a 3-bedroom house with a basement in the backyard and a nice size front yard for $1,300 a month, to coming to California where you can only get a 1-bedroom studio for $1,200 to $1,300 per month, and that's not even in the best areas. Honestly, you might not even want to stay in those areas. So that's why I'm going to give you some advice right here, right now, how to avoid that for nearly half the price. You heard me. But first, let's take a bike ride, bro. Gotta take the Rory out. Bike riding is everything. You have a bicycle, you can get around just as easy as you could with the car. Now granted, it takes a little more time, but California is super bike friendly. One thing that they have that we don't necessarily have in every single area in Michigan, at least where I'm from, are bike lanes. So bike lanes are really huge out here. They're ginormous as well. It's like a big section of the roads, and you could basically ride around with traffic. Now, you might be wondering, why aren't you using that, bro? Mostly because I'm from Michigan and I nearly hit people every day out here in California because I'm not used to it. And if I come that close to killing people, I don't want to be one of those flat guys on the road that I nearly hit every single day. Hitting the Yui. I'm going to find a nice place to pull over and get to this third tip. Gotta get myself out of the sun because I'm cooking like bacon. It's one of my hot spots. Dude, I need to... Yo, if anyone's a big bike guy and you hear that noise, tell me what that is. I don't understand. Like, I'm not tugging on these too hard, so I don't know why that's happening, but... Hello. Drop a comment down below and let me know. I like that little statue. I think this is gonna be the perfect place to record. Oh yeah, I like this little trail right here. Gotta drop down there. We're gonna leave that for commentary. So tip number 3. I'm out of breath. Hold up. So step number 3 is a website that I personally used in the process of me moving to California, and it's called Roomies. Remember in the beginning of the video, I was telling you how a 1-bedroom studio apartment could cost you anywhere between $1,200 to $1,300. What Roomie allows you to do is live in a much better area for half the price. So the way Roomies work is, let's say that I'm a house owner. Again, rent and mortgages out here in California are a lot higher compared to somewhere like Michigan, where you have a mortgage for maybe $900 to $1,000, and you have a 3-bedroom house, basement, it's a 2-story, got a backyard and a front yard. California is not like that. Your mortgage out here for a basic house could be anywhere between $22,000 to $3,000. So let's say I'm a house owner and my mortgage is about $2,200 a month, and I can't afford that. I have a 4-bedroom house, I'm single, and I need help paying my rent. What Roomies do is they team up with those house owners, and the house owners then rent out the bedrooms that they have. Again, I have a 4-bedroom house. I'm staying in one, that means I have 3 more rooms available. So I'll rent all 3 of those rooms for $600 to $800 a piece. I'm renting all 3 of those rooms for more than what my mortgage is coming out. Not only am I practically living for free, but my rent's also getting paid. So it allows people to live for a cheaper price while still helping out the homeowner. So if you don't mind having roommates, that's definitely an option for you. I have another video that you can check out. I'll put it up in the description, where I'm gonna show you how to use Roomies, what to look for, and basically how to contact these people. So Roomies is definitely a good option for you if you don't mind sharing space with someone and you really want to come out here. Me being a guy, it's definitely a lot easier for me, but being a woman, it may be a little more difficult. You have to really be on your guard about these type of things because you don't know exactly who your roommates are. So I advise you to really reach out to these people, have a genuine conversation, meet them, meet the roommates, and see if it's the right fit for you. If you do happen to come across those owners who on Roomie who want to rent to couples, you could basically cut that price down and half once more. But generally, if you're a couple, a lot of owners on Roomies will up the rent. So take that into consideration. A lot of people on Roomies are very different on how they price things out. Your move-in cost could be $950 opposed to the $1,200 to $1,300 that I was talking about earlier in the video. Really look into it. Some people, I've seen a couple listings where it was $500 a month for the rent, and then a security deposit was also $500, so it's $1,000 even. So really do your research. And then again, I have a video in the description down below. Check that out, going over what to look for, how to use the app, tips on basically making sure that you get the best available spot for you. With that being said, make sure to subscribe, share, like, comment for sure. Let me know the things that you've been through. And if you go through Roomies, hit me up. Make sure to check out that video as well. And with that being said, this is D'Angelo, Co-Innovate, checking out. Peace.